Hello, 6th primary, how are you all? Today we will going to start our new term, the second term, explaining the second term syllabus تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. Today we will going to start the first lesson, the set of integers, what is the meaning of integers and why we need more numbers. Let's see what it's mean. Okay, today we will going to talk about the integers, the set of integers, and why we need more numbers in our daily life. First of all, we faced in our daily life an opposite situation and opposite actions. We need to express it using numbers, and we cannot use only natural number for explaining and express these situations. Like the weather. If we want to talk about the weather, if it's a hot sunny day, we will going to use the natural number. We can say it's a hot sunny day, 35 degrees. But if it's so cold, it's a freezing weather, so I need more numbers. I will going to use the set of integers to explaining the opposite situation in our daily life. Let's see. The first one, if I'm talking about the temperature recorded in some cities under 0, because the 0 is the freezing point. So if I have a snow around the place, so it's under 0. So I need to express it using negative numbers. And negative numbers, I'm saying it as integers. Also, if I want to expressing the height of ice mountain under the sea level, if we can say above the sea level, I can measuring it above the sea level by 1 meter, 2 meter, and so on. But under the sea level, I need to express it using negative numbers. So the positive numbers and the 0 and the negative numbers, I will going to say as the set of integers. So the positive numbers here, it's the I can express it or I can using it to explaining the height above the sea level. And I will going to say that the sea level, it's the 0 point. This is the point I will going to separate or different between the positive place and the negative places. Under the sea level, below the sea level, I can use the negative numbers. So it's under the sea level by 1 meter, 2 meter, and so on. So I can say it under the sea level by -1, -2, and -3, and so on. So the positive integers, it's the numbers I can use it above the sea level. The sea level, I will going to express it by 0. So under the sea level, the below the sea level, it will be the negative integers. So if I wanted to see the set of integers, so it's a set. It's a set with a natural number and a positive, negative, and the 0. So what is the meaning of the set of integers? Set of integers, it's a set contain positive numbers, negative numbers, and a 0. We explained it before that the 0 with the positive numbers, it's the natural number. You already took it in 5th primary. So we will going to add the negative numbers, the negative integers, okay, for explaining the opposite situation in our daily life. So if I'm adding the negative integers to the natural number, I will going to say the set of integers. So the set of integers explaining or giving it as simple as Z. This is the whole Z. And the Z negative, it's the negative integers, and the Z positive, it's the positive integers. It's very important to you to know that 0, neither positive nor negative. It's a special number that's separating the set of negative integers and the set of positive integers. So 0, it is not a positive or negative integers. It's a special number separating the two sets from each other. So I cannot say 0 it's a negative number. I cannot say 0 is a positive number. No, 0 neither positive nor negative. So again, if we look here, you can see the number line. The number line, the 0 separated the positive integers and the negative integers. And you can see here the set of integers, give it as a simple as z positive. يبقى the set of positive integers, it's as z positive, the 0, and the set of negative integers, it's a z negative. If I put the 0 and the set of positive integers all together, if I make them all together, if I make it union to each other, I will have the set of natural number. We already took it before in 5th primary. So natural number starting from 0, moving to the positive integers. Negative integers starting from -1, -2, -3. It's the same order of the positive integers, but with the negative sign before it. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. But you have to know that -2 is smaller than -1 because you are going down, go down. So -2 it's smaller in the value. -2 it's smaller than the -1, and we will going to talk about that with more explanation. But you have to know that -1 it's smaller than the 0. 0 is smaller than the 1. 1 is smaller than the 2. Okay, so you have to remember the sets. We already took it in 5th primary, a lot of sets. Let's complete it and remember the sets. The set of positive integers, I give it as a simple z positive like that, and started with 1. Started with 1, 1, 2, 3, and so on, infinite set. It's an infinite set. Sometimes I'm giving it as a counting set. It's a counting set because when we count something, we start with the 1, 1, 2, 3. So I'm counting starting with the 1. The second set of natural number, if I'm putting a 0 with my counting number, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, so it will be the natural set, 0 and the positive integers. And the z positive here, union 0, I can write it as the set of integer with braces, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Or I can write it in a samples like z positive union set of 0. Both of them give me the natural set. The set of negative numbers, z negative equal -1, -2, -3. So this is the negative integers. And we give it as z negative like that. This is the sample of negative integers. 0 is neither positive nor negative. I said 0, it's the special number separating the positive and the negative integers. So it's a special number. It's neither positive nor negative. 0 is smaller than the positive integers and greater than any negative integers. You have to know that. So if you are comparing between مثلا -2 and 0, which one of them is the bigger one? Of course, 0 is the bigger one. Okay, because this is the surface of the numbers, and we will going to talk about that later with a lot of explanation. So if I'm drawing the set, so I have the set of integers contains z positive, 0, and z negative, so it gives me a z, the set of integers. The set of integers, it's the biggest set. I have the positive, the negative, and the 0 inside it. So z, I have to know the order of it, z positive, union, set of 0, union, z negative. I can say z negative, union, set of 0, union, z negative, but I would prefer you to write it in the same order. Z equal natural number, union, z negative. Also, you can cancel z positive, union, 0 and write n, because n equal natural set equal z of z positive union 0. So both of them give me the same meaning, because natural number, or n, represent the natural number, represent what? Represent is 0, positive integers, also, and 0. So if I have here a natural number subset to z, yes, n apart from the set of z, اللي هي set of integers. z دي means اللي هي set of integers. z الكبيرة, الwhole set بتاعتي اللي فيها البوزيتيف والنيجاتيف and zero integers. يبقى n part from the z. So I can say n subset z because they both of them a set. So I have to use subset. z positive subset z. Yes, z positive. It's apart from z, the part of the set of integers. So I can say z positive subset z. 0 subset z. يبقى 0, it's apart from the biggest set, اللي هي set of integers. z negative subset to z. So n subset to z, z positive subset to z, 0 subset to z, and z negative also subset to z. Let's watch a video talking about the absolute value and what it means, and we will going to return explaining and see what we can answer using our rule.
In this lesson, we have learned about the integers, what they are, and what their absolute values are. Click on each tab to remember more. The integers consist of the negative numbers and the positive numbers and 0. The absolute value is the distance between the number on the number line and the 0 point. It's always a positive value, not a negative value, and the absolute value of 0 is 0. For example, the absolute value of 5 is 5. And also, the absolute value of -5 is 5. But the absolute value of 0 is 0.
Okay, let's see what is the meaning of the absolute value. First of all, you have to know the absolute value of the integers. It's if we give it a simple a, is the distance between the a and the 0. So I'm counting the distance, okay, not saying a numbers. So I don't have to say it's a negative or a positive, okay, and give it a simple like that between the two lines. So again, the absolute value of the integers a is the distance between the location of a and the location of 0 on the number line, and it's always positive and denoted by the simple two lines دول. طب what it's mean also, let's explain it. أنا دلوقتي عندي number line أهو. If I want to know the distance between a -2 and 0, how many distance? So I will going to count the distance. أدي 1 space, 2 spaces. طب if I want, so it will be 2 spaces. I will going to say 2. طب if I want to know the distance or the absolute value of 2, so I will going to count at 1 space, 2 spaces. So how many distance between the 2 and the 0? It will be 2. So I don't have to say negative. So the absolute value always be positive, always positive. If it's negative number or positive number, the answer will be positive because I'm counting the distance from a number to the zeros, okay? But such as another exercise, if I'm talking about -3. So that what the distance between -3 and the 0, how many space? 3 spaces. Also, if I want to know the 3, I have 3 spaces from the location of 3 positive to the 0. I have 1, 2, 3. So also 3 spaces. So the answer will be always 3 spaces, always positive. Okay, let's see some exercises in what we already explained. Okay, let's see our exercises. First of all, we will going to write an integers express each situation of the following. دي exercises بتعمل لنا explaining how we will going to use integers in our daily life. طيب, the first one, here I have the temperature of London is 5 below 0. So I will go into explaining 5 below 0, okay, by negative or by positive. It's above the 0 or under the 0. Of course, it's negative 5 because it's below 0. دي تحت, it's a freezing weather. It's a freezing weather. Okay, let's see the second one. I have Jeddah city rises 1,000 meters above the sea level. So the location of Jeddah is above the sea level by 1,000 meters. So I will go to explaining or express this by a positive number or by negative number. Of course, I will going to express it by a positive numbers. Number C, I have a nuclear submarine moves 2,000 meters below the sea level. A submarine الغواصات بتبقى 2,000 meters under the sea level. تحت سطح البحر. يبقى دي I will going to use a negative or a positive integers. Of course, a negative. So it will be negative 2,000. If you look here, I'm using 1,000 as a positive integers. I didn't write plus sign, but the negative integers I do minus 1. So minus 1 explaining this is a negative integers, but a positive integers I don't have to write any plus. Number D بيقولي Peter withdrew 500 pounds from his bank account. Withdraw سحب, هو أخذ من الأكاونت بتاعه 500 pounds. يبقى هو أخذ, he took from his account 500, so it's a negative 500. The last one I have, Nancy gained 65 pounds from her saving account. She gained, هي كسبت, هتحط فلوس في الأكاونت بتاعها. يبقى negative 65 or positive 65. Of course, it will be a positive 65. And I will go to write it as 65. Because 65, if I'm not writing the negative before it, so I already know this is a positive integers. Okay, number 2. Here is a very important exercises. بتيجي كتير قوي قوي قوي. 6 primary ولازم نبقى ناخد بالنا منها قوي. If you cannot do it, you can't draw the number line, the set of integers. ممكن ترسم set of integers and imagine the sets on it to find the answer. The first one, n, natural number, difference الزيرو. لو أنت عندك n and you took the 0 from it, so what you will have? Of course, the positive اللي هي z positive. Okay, or a counting set. يبقى لو أنا عندي natural number and I cancel the 0 from it, I took the 0 from it, so what I will have 1, 2, 3, and this is a counting or as a positive. Number B, I have z. Z كلها represented the set of integers, the biggest set. الزد دي اللي فيها البوزيتيف والنيجاتيف والزيرو. طب if I took the 0 from it, so I will have z negative union z positive or z star. z star دي هي ال z without the 0. It's the all z اللي هي z positive والz negative ومن غير الزيرو. يبقى احنا ممكن اكتبها بطريقتين. ممكن اكتبها z negative union z positive. I can write it as it is, or I can say it by z star. Number C, I have z different z negative. لو أنا عندي z كلها and I took the z negative from it, so what I will have? I will have 0 and 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2 and positive integers. What it mean? It's mean a natural number, or I can say 0 positive union z. يبقى ممكن أقول 0 positive union 0, or I can say it's a natural number. يبقى ممكن هنا كمان أزود ال n. Z union phi. Z union phi equal what? Equal z. انت الفاي دي what it mean? phi دي ولا حاجة. It's an empty set. So it will be z. I will have the z. Here I have a natural number union z negative. لو أنا عندي natural number اللي هي 0, 1, 2 and I put the negative integers on it. I put -1, -2, and so on. So what I will have now, I will have the z, the set of integers. N intersect 0, set of 0. A natural number intersect a set of 0. In what? In set of 0. عندك ال n كلها intersect مع 0 في ايه؟ في الزيرو. هو الانترسكشن ايه؟ الانترسكشن integers هنا عندي only the 0. Z positive union N. Z positive union N. حطينا Z positive وحطينا معاهم ال N. Union يعني ال two sets all together. Z positive و union N. يبقى هتبقى عندك ايه؟ of course N. لأن ال N bigger than ال Z positive اللي هي ال positive integers. So if I put them all together I will have the natural number of course. H I have this is a very important. It's come a lot. بتيجي كتير قوي في الاكسرسايزز. Z بيقول لك ال Z دي is set of integers عبارة عن ايه؟ عبارة عن Z positive Z union union 0 union Z negative اللي هي negative integers. هنا بيقول لي complete using belong not belong subset not subset. تعالوا نفتكر كده مع بعض يعني ايه belong not belong subset و not subset. Okay, not belong it's not in my set. Okay, it's an element. Not belong I cannot find it in my set. In my set. طيب ال belong و not belong لو أنا بتكلم عن elements and set. لكن ال subset و not subset if I'm comparing between two sets. If I'm comparing between two sets. Okay. طيب هنا عندي -3 and z. -3 not in a braces so it's an element. تعالوا نفتكر كده الحاجات اللي احنا خدناها في 5th primary. -3 it's an element. It's an integer without a braces. يبقى I can say it is an element. طيب element with z دي set of integers. It's a set. So I will going to use belong ولا not belong. Of course I will going to use belong or not belong. طب -3 belong or not belong ال z. خلي بالك دي z بس without any sign. يعني دي it's the biggest set. Okay, so I will going to say yes belong. It's in ال z دي is set of integers كلها. Number B n with z it's a two set. So n subset or not subset the z. Of course subset مش ال n part من ال z. أنا عندي الz الكبيرة خالص دي عبارة عن إيه؟ عبارة عن ال n وال negative integers. So I will going to say subset. Number C 0 and set z negative. 0 and z negative. So هي is 0 belong ولا not belong subset or not subset? Of course I will going to say not belong. لأن 0 neither positive nor negative. 2 and 5 z 2 and 5 in a braces. So I can say 2 and 5 subset or not subset is z negative. Of course they are not subset is z negative. Why? Because it's a positive integers. So they are not subset to the z negative. Z positive subset not subset of course z negative لأن ال d positive integers with d negative integers they are not subset to each other. Fraction and a 5 take care إن z ما فيهاش ولا decimal ولا fraction. There is no fraction or there's only a whole integers. Okay, يبقى I cannot say it's a subset. It's not subset because I have 3/4. 3/4 it's a fraction, so I cannot say it's a subset to z. 15 and 5 it's a fraction, but if you answer it, if you simplify, you will going to find as a 3. يبقى هو هنا بيجيبها لك عشان يعمل لك confusing. يبقى 15 out of 5 it's supposed to be 3. 3 with z positive, so it will be belong 3 belong to the z positive of course لأنها positive integers. This is يعني some exercises we tried to cover and I hope you understand it. Next time we will going to solve more than that. Thank you and see you next time.